Life is getting really expensive, as you probably noticed, and it's becoming increasingly harder to enjoy the things that we like to enjoy. But at the end of the day, it's all about choices if you don't have infinite amount of money. There's things you can do that is gonna save you money in real time, and others that are gonna save you money in the long run. Hi, my name is Jonathan. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the things I did in my life that I know for a fact that are gonna make you save money and unfuck your life. I did an experiment 4 years ago and I have numbers for you. I will share with you the exact amount of money I saved in the past 4 years. Tip number 1, challenge yourself to stop spending for a certain amount of time. Whatever the amount of time is that you feel comfortable with. At the end of the day, you don't wanna set yourself up for failure. So I did it for 1 full year 4 years ago. I was conscious of everything. I was buying only out of necessity. No restaurant, no takeout, no clothes, absolutely no nothing. Bro, this was so fucking boring, you have no idea. But I was super curious. I wanted to know how much I could save for 1 year. Turns out quite a bit. And also it made me realize that the things I was spending on that I thought made me happy or I thought I needed, didn't. That year I saved a total of $22,000. Number 2, if you watch my videos before, you know that this was gonna be included in it. Stop eating processed sugar. Not only you're gonna save in real time by not buying this crap, but also you'll be healthier and this is gonna make you save money and time in the long run. So 4 years ago, I quit about 95% of my processed sugar intake. It used to cost me a minimum of $1,500 a year at the dentist. And since I quit sugar, no more than 200, just a regular cleanup. So 1,500 times 4 years is 6,000. 6,000 minus 800, 5,200. In the past 4 years, my saving just with the dentist fees are $5,200. By eating less sugar, your immune system is gonna be stronger. I swear to you, I used to be sick all the time. Since I quit sugar, I barely have 1 or 2 colds a year. And I know you're probably wondering right now, what does this have anything to do with saving money? Well, if you're healthy, you're gonna be saving on your health bills. Cough syrup, medicine, pills, anything that is related to being sick. But also you won't have to take time off of work. And being sick for 2 weeks can really set you back if you live paycheck to paycheck. I know it's a weird one, but taking care of your health is gonna make you save money and time in the long run. Tip number 3, go see a doctor even if you're not sick. Do checkups once in a while. We unfortunately live in a society where the pharmaceutical industry benefits from us being sick. Try as hard as you can not to give them your money. And doing regular checkups to make sure that your engine is working properly kind of makes sense. I mean, bro, you're doing it for your car. You should do it for yourself as well. Number 4, stop eating fast food. It's the same thing as sugar. You're gonna save money in real time, but also you're not gonna suffer at a later time all the stuff that is proven to happen to you if you eat too much junk food in your life. You know, you think that fast food is cheaper, but it's not. It doesn't even nourish you. You're hungrier faster and you eat more of it. When you eat healthy food, you eat less, you're happier, you're more productive. And no, it does not need to break the bank to eat healthy. I quit 95% of my fast food intake 4 years ago. I would say to a minimum, it used to cost me $50 a week. That's $200 a month. $200 times 12 months is $2,400 a year. Times 4 years, it's $9,600 saved by stopping eating fast food. Number 5, it's something that I really struggled with before. Do your groceries. If you have food at home, you'll be less likely to use Uber Eats or delivery apps like this. Did you know that Uber Eats fees can go up to 38% of the meal that you're buying? The fees on these apps are absolutely stupid. Number 6, stop drinking coffee shop coffee. I bought a to-go cup, $25. I bought a French press, $60. So my initial investment, it was $85. I really suggest you buy the metal one because if you're anything like me, I broke the glass one twice. Then you go to a coffee shop, you buy a bag of grounded coffee beans, and you make it at home. I used to spend $7 a day in coffee shops. $3.50 coffee. We're very far from the $10 Starbucks coffee. $7 times 30 days is 210. 210 times 4 months is $840. $840 minus 165. That includes my initial investment of $85, which I'll never have to spend again, and a bag of coffee, which is $20 a month. Is $675 total saving In 4 months, that's over $2,000 a year. And you don't need a fancy espresso machine to make great coffee at home, although it makes good coffee if you have a good machine, but the French press style is fast to do, easy, and it tastes great. Now let's talk about something a little more interesting that I really enjoy. Clothes are one of the biggest overconsumption trap that people fall into. So number 7, revisit your closet. It's so easy to fall in the new fast fashion trend and buy clothes that are cheap, that you're not gonna wear that much, but since they were inexpensive, you don't really care and they're easily disposable. So instead of falling for it, just revisit your closet and try to wear stuff that you haven't worn for a while, or try to make up new outfits with the clothes you already have. Number 8, don't wash your clothes in hot water and don't dry them in a tumble dryer. The obvious thing is that you're going to be saving on your energy bill. The not so obvious thing that we all heard about, but we actually don't keep our clothes long enough to see if it really makes a difference. But I can assure you it does. Your clothes are going to last much longer. That's even with fast fashion pieces. Number 9 is look at what you have and make yourself fall in love with it again. You know, I think sometimes a little bit of gratitude journaling or gratitude thinking can make you realize how lucky you are to have what you have, but also make you realize that you don't need more. I find that usually when we fall into the overconsumption trap, it's because we're bored or we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. Whoever the Joneses are. So reminding yourself that you're lucky to have what you have, it's a good thing. Number 10, buy better quality in everything. In my opinion, more expensive quality is always gonna beat cheaper in quantity. And I know it might sound a little bit contradictory to tips to save money, but instead of buying that cheaper version of that thing you want that is not gonna last as long, and most likely that you're gonna have to buy back sooner than later because it's not gonna look as good as it did, I say just wait, save up to buy that quality thing that you want. And to take example with clothes, having more expensive clothes, not all the time, but most of the time, you're gonna have a better quality. But also, if you pay more for that garment, you will take better care of it. Another example, I love cooking. And I bought this $200 frying pan about 5 years ago. The brand is called Dietary. This thing is heavy as hell. When I was younger, I thought it was so stupid to spend so much money for a frying pan. But I'm never gonna have to buy this thing again. That's it. It's never gonna scratch up, fall into my food, or this is buy it once and that's it. I will die with that frying pan. Number 11, sell the stuff that you don't use. Listen, if you haven't worn something in a year or used something in a year, just get rid of it. Marketplace, eBay, friend, someone somewhere is willing to buy that thing cheaper from you. And I think that's when buying quality items comes into play, because it's probably gonna be easier to sell that, and you will most likely get a little more money for it. Number 12, make a rule of waiting 48 hours before buying something you saw on the internet. Or even better, I try as much as I can to go to the store to buy what I need. That's what I do 90% of the time. You're gonna be saving on shipping fees. You're gonna see the quality of that thing you're gonna buy, so you make sure you don't get complete dump and have to pay shipping fees to send it back to get a refund. And also, I find that walking to the store to buy that thing that you want, that you saw on the internet, that you will be missing out if you don't buy it, sometimes it gives you the exact amount of time to cool off and to realize that you don't need that thing. Number 13, make a list. Clothes, food, hardware store, wherever you need to go shopping, make a list and try to stick to it. Don't try to create needs out of thin air, like I'm really good at doing that. Number 14, cancel the subscriptions. You don't need all the channels and you can only watch so much. So here's what I do. If there's a show I want to see, I look up on which platform it plays, I pay for 1 month, I watch the show, and I cancel right away. I never have 2 subscriptions running at the same time. Number 15, stop changing your phone every year. I kept an iPhone for 5 years before changing it, and I did not die. Number 16, quit alcohol, smoking, and going out so much. And before you tell me, well, Jonathan, you're suggesting that we have to quit everything that we like. If you're complaining that you have no money, that food is too expensive, that you can't take a vacation, that you can't afford this new jacket that you would like to have, that you can't afford going to a nice restaurant once in a while, that you can't afford a spa day. Stop these things that are completely useless. You don't need these things to live, and quite the contrary, actually these things are killing you. I quit alcohol 3 years ago. So far, I saved $36,000. I quit smoking 15 years ago, And it was only $10 a pack back then. Now it's much more expensive. I saved $54,000 in 15 years of not smoking. So by quitting alcohol and cigarettes, I saved $90,000. Finally, number 17, avoid lifestyle creep. So many times I saw people, myself included, as soon as they were making more money, they started buying more expensive things. It's okay to treat yourself, but just don't spend it all. Because what you end up doing is only going back to where you were, only with higher expenses and more things. And also you have to remember that buying more expensive things have a more expensive upkeep. For the ones that follow my channel, you know that I love watches. If you buy a Rolex, you have to understand that servicing that watch is gonna cost you at least $800. Or if you have an expensive car, if you break the mirror is gonna be more expensive on an Audi than on a Toyota. And I've seen a lot of people buying more expensive things to upgrade their lifestyle without thinking of that upkeep after. All right, let's see how much I saved in the past 4 years. $5,200 by quitting sugar, $9,600 by quitting fast food. In 4 months, I saved $675 by quitting coffee shop coffee. 3 years, $36,000 in alcohol. And I know it sounds a lot, and it is a lot. However, if you break it down, it's about $30 a day. Beer here, a beer there, a bottle of wine here, it adds up really fast. And the cigarettes for 4 years would be $14,400. In 4 years, I saved $65,875. I have to say it's the first time that I put a number on it that way. That's fucking insane. Wow. I completely forgot something. I forgot the $22,000 that I saved in 1 year. So in total, in those 4 years, I saved $97,875. Of course, what I meant was 87,000, not 97. It just got too excited there. At the beginning, it's gonna be hard a little bit, but I promise you, if you're really conscious about your spending habits and you try to cut down, give yourself 3 months. And I promise you, you will never go back to your old spending self. And of course, it's not about perfection. I still drop the ball from time to time. At the end of the day, we're all human, we all influence, and we all like stuff. It's just a matter of bringing yourself back and try as much as possible to have self-control and not fall into the overconsumption trap. Please share in the comments what you do to save money on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. You know, there's a lot of people that need help, and you know, let's do that together. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you for watching.